Some major improvements have wrapped up at the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Forest Services Laboratory in Rhinelander. And today, local leaders from all over came together to celebrate. Newswatch 12's Mohammed Abdulkawi went to the ribbon-cutting ceremony this afternoon and has more. Mohammed?
That's right, Jessica. This project has been in the works for 5 years. Guests had the opportunity to go inside the facility, connect with scientists, and learn about the work that they do with the lab. Today, the Forest Service Northern Research Station celebrated their 60-plus years of research with the ribbon-cutting ceremony, welcoming the future with updated labs at the facility.
The labs were originally built in the early 1970s, and they were not updated until this renovation that just occurred, so over 50 years ago.
Dr. Cynthia West is the Northern Research Station Director. She said this was a much-needed upgrade to help stay up to date with the research that they do with invasive species and landscapes.
So we'll see which species are more adaptable to changing conditions, which ones are not, that we may have to aid in migrating to those areas where they can find the habitat that can continue to support those species that are important to us.
Rachel Tazalowski believes that the newest feature that will make the biggest difference in her work is a robot that helps them gather samples.
And so that's one example of the upgrades that we've done here. And before, my lab tech had to do all of this pipetting by hand. You're working with volumes that are like 2 microliters, so that's smaller than a raindrop, much smaller than a raindrop. And we had to do all of that by hand. It's a big issue of contamination when you're working with DNA that's in really low quantities.
Now with the new state-of-art lab available here in Rhinelander, the opportunities are endless for collaborators all over the world.
We really are at the cutting edge from a technology standpoint now, and being able to rapidly address conservation concerns using genomic tools on the landscape.
The infrastructure upgrades and lab remodel were made possible through funding from the Great American Outdoors Act. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Mohammed Abdulkawi, Newswatch 12.
Exciting upgrades. Thank you, Mohammed.